another early start on a Sunday morning. 2 weeks ago, we went to Fuji Speedway to watch the 1JZ meeting. Today, we're actually heading there to watch something completely different. It's gonna be the R's meeting today, all GTRs. It's gonna be actually my first time ever going to an R's meeting. I've always watched the coverage of it online, but I've never actually been in person. One of my dreams that I would like to achieve today is to potentially see a Z-Tune. Would be really, really nice to see one of those in person. Just stopped by 7-Eleven, got some breakfast and coffee. Anyways, I just picked up breakfast from 7-Eleven, and we're gonna start heading over to Fuji Speedway. It's gonna probably be about an hour and a half drive. Hopefully no traffic, but then on a Sunday and a nice clear day like this, you never know. And we've just arrived, and as expected, it's an absolute sea of GTRs. Let's try to go over here, get a better shot of everyone. So there's gonna be a few R35s and a lot of R34s already. Look at that, crazy. Just parked up in one of the parkings here at Fuji Speedway, and there's a lot of GTRs, so I'm not going to spend too much time in this parking lot. I just want to go to the main event place first. But yeah, of course, if we see anything on the way, we'll stop by and take a closer look. Very nice garage Mach S15, and then a bunch of R32s here with some crazy aero. So yeah, let's make our way all the way up as more and more Skylines roll in. Soon we'll be seeing a lot of Nismo GTRs as well. Look at that, mostly all GTRs as far as the eye can see. So yeah, we'll walk through all that later. I can already see a midnight purple R34 that we'll definitely take a closer look afterwards. And here we go. There's already an insane amount of people here. Hopefully we'll be able to get some proper videos and photos done. I'm also not like a massive GTR guy, so I'll keep the commentary to a minimum because I don't know half of these shops or parts on them, but some nice R34 and an R32. This doesn't immediately look like a GTR. I'm not sure if it is, but it's definitely got an RB26. It should be actually. The fenders look wide enough to be a GTR. Wow, that's quite a lot of work in here. T51R from HKS. Custom welding on that pipe as well. This is really, really cool. From Garage Mac. And they have their GTR next to it as well, the R35. Got a few cars on air suspension here from Cool Racing. Be interesting to see what they come up with for Tokyo Auto Salon this year, but this blue GTR was at Tokyo Auto Salon in 2022. Really cool matte blue. It's a legendary Group A Taisan R32 that was piloted by Keiichi Tsuchiya. I actually met the owner, the new owner of this car. He is a foreigner. Hopefully we'll be able to catch him later as well. So yeah, this car is getting fixed up, and then it'll probably get shipped out from Japan. So there's one more to tick off the bucket list. This is a real Nismo 400R. If we can just find a Z-Tune, that will really top it all off. How often do you see a real 400R in person? Not very often at all. We got Phoenix's Power here as well with a couple of R35s. And an R35 on, not on, but with scissor doors or Lamborghini doors, whatever you want to call them. This R34 wasn't spared the scissor doors either. I don't know if I could do that. More and more R34s. Z-Tune looking R34, but obviously not a Z-Tune. I'm sure there has to be one here somewhere today. HKS is here as well, and they've brought out their R32. I think, if I'm not wrong, this is also another Group A car. This is also super cool to see in person. Check out the side exit exhaust as well. They got some engine parts on display here for the RB26. But yeah, look at that. Another big player in the GTR game, Kansai Service. Very subtle mods. Very popular though. Here's a T-Spec R35 in a new iteration of the Millennium Jade color, making a comeback. Seen a couple of these at Daikoku now, probably all press cars, but yeah, looks really, really cool. Nice Hakosuka here as well. Then we got a few other cars on exhibit here from Nissan. Got the new Fairlady Z or the Z. And we got the latest Nismo GTR. But yeah, enough of the GTR. I want to see this Fairlady because it looks so good. I actually saw one of these on the highway a few days ago and it looks really, really nice going around the city. I have to admit, I would definitely rather have this over a new Supra, I think. And then the most legendary GTR tuners, Top Secret. Seems like they got a T-Spec as well. And they've had this golden one for a little while too. Looks really, really nice. They actually have an R33 here as well. I didn't know they made this R33. Haven't really seen it online either. I found the Nismo booths and their cars here. Not a Z-Tune. It's a BNR34 Clubman race spec. A lot of Nismo parts on it, obviously. Looks really cool. Good alternative to a Z-Tune, I guess. Clubman race spec R33 as well, so they got an R33 and R34. Definitely won't be able to get anywhere near that. Really cool to see the old and very successful GTR from the GT500 and Super GT. Obviously retired now for the new Z. Such a beautiful car. Midori Seibi here with an R34 and Tamura-san himself. Time to get a little bit close to the Midori Seibi car. Again, very Z-Tune looking, but not a Z-Tune yet. And if you know anything about that sticker on the bumper and on the windshield, you know that this is a Midnight member. And before anybody asks in the comments, no, it's not a fake sticker. In Japan, only real members rock those stickers. So yeah, they're still around. They're still around, mostly on the track now rather than on the roads, but cool to see a Midnight car here as well. This shop seems to have quite a lot of cars here, starting from the 32, 33, 34, and 35 GTR. No idea who they are, but cool looking GTRs nonetheless. Look at the size of that turbo. Wow. And we got Manapi with mines. They got an R34 and an R32. We'll have to come back to this later because too many people. Look at these completely bare R34 chassis. Absolutely nothing. Just the body and the bumpers and the lights. Wonder what the plan is for these two. Look at that. Then we got one of my favorite shops, Matchless Crowd Racing MCR R34s. This is the shop owner's car, which has actually been bought by the same person who owns the red one. We're gonna go check out it right now. And there it is, the legendary, oh, that's not it. My apologies, I made a mistake. I think the red MCR car is not here today. I thought he was gonna bring out both of them, but I guess it's only the silver car now. The more kind of grown-up version. The one that's kind of like been running around on the highways, not here today. Got a pair of auto select cars here, an R35 and an R34. This is a really cool car. I love their graphics on the side as well. They got something in the back as well, another black one. So many people can barely see it. Looks really, really cool. And And we got Trust, aka Gretty, here as well with their R34. And a couple of crazy race cars here as well by no idea who Reverse is. R35 and R32. Check out this midnight purple R34, except it's not a GTR, or rather a two-door. This is a four-door. We'll be able to see a little bit better now that he moved. Four-door. It says four-door GTR. I don't know if this is the actual All-Tech version then modified, but looks really, really cool. Really cool R33 four-door as well. No idea who makes this Aero, but I feel like I've seen it before on something else. Let's see what it says. So it's by this company called Meiku. It's their body kit. Kind of extreme on the front, but you know, overall I think together the whole car works really, really well. And we got Global Auto here with a really cool Millennium Jade R34. Very Z-Tune looking, but not quite. I really like how it looks on these LM GT4s as well. Wow, it's got like the full Nismo catalog on it. And then we have another 400R, so that's two at the event now. And yep, I can see it already. Here we go, the holy grail, a real Nismo Z-Tune. This is the first time I've ever seen one in person, honestly. God, getting goosebumps right now. Check that out. I just want to go around and stay here for 2 hours to look at it. It's like brand spanking new as well. I wonder how much it gets driven. Both of these, the 400R and the Z-Tune, they're probably in like some kind of collection and never get taken out. Okay, I think it's time to separate from these two and maybe come back later and get lots more photos if people disappear. Wanted to take a closer look at this R33, which almost looks like a midnight car. They're using the same font for some reason and this kind of silver sticker on the bumper, but not sure if this actually was or is a midnight member. Very peculiar. I think we've gone through all these shop cars. Let's go around the actual like parked personally owned cars and see if there's anything interesting. Look at this midnight purple car. I can only assume these are real stone chips. Holy shit. That gets driven a lot. That's I've never seen that many stone chips on a car before. Then here we have a real R33 LM. So the limited edition LM version right here. Completely stands out. I've seen this guy a couple of times now at different events. Yeah, I feel like this is going to trigger quite a lot of people, but who cares, man? He enjoys it like this, and I think it looks really, really cool. Definitely want to highlight this R34 because it's in an extremely unusual color. Very cool metallic orange. I'm not sure about the wheel choice. I would have probably gone with something black, I think, but completely the choice of the owner. More Millennium Jade, and then definitely want to take a quick look at this R32 because it's in Bayside Blue with an R34 spoiler in the back. Very interesting combination. Some B-roll of the sea of GTRs here. Before we take a closer look at, of course, there has to be one Itasha car at least. I know there's a lot of you guys who are gonna like this. No idea who these characters are. I see big titties, and that's about it. R33. It's a nice looking R33 as well. It seems like the R33 are a little bit more diverse as compared to the R32 and R34s. There's quite a few out of this world R33s right now. No idea what Aero this is, but that looks really, really nice. Then we got two rarities next to each other, a midnight purple R34 and a Hakosuka Skyline. Let's try to get some better footage again before that person walked into the frame. Original 2-digit number as well, so most likely just one single owner, original owner of this car. Not too many Hakosukas today, so really nice to see one. And another midnight purple R34. with matching purple brakes. Well, the rotors at least. I wonder if they're from Brembo or if they're probably someone else's. I don't know if Brembo ever made purple rotors with the nice upgraded wing stays. Here we go, another Hakosuka right here. That makes 2 or 3 so far. Here we go, a properly real Autech R33 4-door GTR. So this has basically everything from the R33 GTR just in the 4-door body. So RB26, all-wheel drive, on and on and on. Same kind of wide fenders as opposed to the regular R33. And if there was any doubt, there's the badge. I think we've seen everything there was to see over by the main exhibition. I want to go check out all the personally owned cars now that are parked down here as kind of like a private exhibition. Look at all these R32 and R34s. This is insane how many cars there are here today. Nothing too special or crazy with all the R32s. This is probably one of the more modified ones. Dare I say this one is also Millennium Jade? Definitely looks like Millennium Jade. We wrap up the R32s with this almost Time Attack looking car. Carbon fenders and a really intricate carbon hood as well. This must rip on the track. We have the R33 corner now, and immediately I want to take a look at this yellow one. I'm guessing this is like a full top secret kit. Can tell by the stickers as well. Ganadors in carbon, and this really cool neon yellow color. I like this. This is kind of cool. This one looks very nice with the Nismo stripe. Not sure what wheels these are. Oh, they're wet sport. Should have known by the blue highlights, they do that quite a lot on their wheels. This is a very nice R33 as well. Honestly, gonna skip all the R35s because they're, for the most part, either stock or the Nismo versions, which, yeah, we've seen so many times now. And let's walk through the R34s before we call it a day. I don't know why, but no matter how many times I see a kind of stock looking, I don't want to say stock, but you know, like a more standard unmolested R34, I can look at these for days. Such a beautiful car, and there's so many of them here as well. Just another excuse to look at these Bayside blue ones, 3 lined up together right here. Seems like this guy's ready to roll out already. And then have to take one more look at one more midnight purple R34. The way this paint changes color depending on how the sun rays hit it is just crazy. Absolutely awesome. And then we'll take a look at one final one here because it's on 3-spoke wheels. Brings back the initial D vibes of the guy. I forgot what was his name, was God Hand, I believe, or God Foot. I can't remember which one it was. It's been a while now. Really, really weird, but kind of cool at the same time to see such a car on 3-spoke wheels. And that pretty much wraps up the coverage for Ars meeting in 2022. It's my first time ever coming to an Ars meeting, so it's really, really awesome to see so many GTRs together in one place, especially when you consider the fact that they're being exported out of Japan like by the hundreds every day, or at least that's what it feels like. But yeah, looks like the GTR game is still very, very strong in Japan, and I hope they don't ever disappear. I want to see this many R34s, R32s, and R33s every single year at the Ars meeting. If you liked the video, please drop a like, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.